Happy New Year everyone! It's Amy from NailPolishBaby90 and welcome to the first video of 2023. There's no better way to start than to do my favourite polishes of 2022. So I randomly went through all my posts to see which ones I liked the most from the year, and we magnificently narrowed it down to exactly 20. At least you went through the whole year, looked at my favourites, counted them up, and there was 20. I went, job done. Those are the 20 we're going to talk about. So lots to discuss, and let's look at my top 20 polishes for 2022. That's a lot of twos. This video is also a collaboration with some wonderful women, so I'm going to link all their channels down below, so once you've watched mine, please go watch all of theirs, or if you're coming from one of them to me, hello, thank you so much for joining over and looking at my 2022 favourites. Let's get started. We'll do it like I do in most of my videos, but we'll do mainstream first. So I do have 3 Zoyas. I do receive a Zoya as free press, so I'm not surprised that there's a lot of them because I do have every Zoya polish they released this year. So the first one is going to be Elsa, and Elsa and the other one that I'm going to talk about, the 2 blues, came out in the same collection. I love this one because Elsa and the colour that it is just fits perfectly, and it makes me so happy. Sometimes it's the small things that really matter, and it's a beautiful shade of blue. There's a blue flash in it, there's scattered holographic glitters in there. It's a lovely, beautiful mixture, and just to die for, really. So starting us off strong, and it's actually, this year we are too blue heavy. Some years have been all blues, but this year's not too bad. But we're going to start off with Elsa by Zoya. Another blue from Zoya, and this one that came out in the same collection as Elsa, is going to be Tyler. I really love the tone of this. It's not light, it's not dark, it's not bright, it's not bright. It's just perfectly in the middle, and it's in the beautiful Zoya cream formula that they do so well. I love this, and also Tyler is the name of my cat, so it was a bit of a sentimental polish for that reason. I love it. Nice, easy cream, beautiful shade of blue. Tyler by Zoya. And the last Zoya is one from the Hypnotic collection, which was one of the last releases of the year. But I loved the whole trio, to be completely honest. But I think out of the 3, I'm going to go for Clarice as being my favourite, because I just love this tone of green. Green with a green shimmer is just something that I'm drawn to. I probably have lots in my collection that are similar, but I just love this mixture. It was between this and the red that I was going to show you, but really, this is a colour that I'm more likely to wear over and over again out of those 2. So Clarice is our last Zoya. One China Glaze, and I went for one of the Dippin' Dots ones, and this one is called Strawberry Chillin. I love it. Obviously, I love it because it's in this video, but I love the kind of silvery flecks that were in it. It just made it look so like frosted in a good way, like something that was dipped in like a frosted sugar. It broke up the fact that it wasn't just a bright like pink, which it could have quite easily been, because some of the other ones in this collection were just bright colours, but the yellow, the green and pink were all these bright colours with this kind of like, yeah, like almost like a sugary effect in them. I loved it. I love the whole collection. Was really good actually. I think a lot of people really enjoyed the Dippin' Dots collection. So Strawberry Chillin' is our China Glaze. Probably a brand that I've never mentioned before is Colour Club, and I got a lot of Colour Club this year. If you've been around in the UK, you'll remember way back to earlier in the year when we had Colour Clubs everywhere. In TK Maxx there was Colour Clubs everywhere, so we all picked up loads, and out of all the ones that I've tried, this is my favourite. This is Pucci-licious. I just really love the tone of purple, and purples aren't my thing, but I just love this. Maybe because it's a blue tone, maybe it's just right in that sweet spot, but it's just perfection to me. And it was between this and a Zoya that I had that was also a kind of similar purple tone, but this one just slightly beat it out, and I'd already shown 3 Zoyas, so Pucci-licious by Colour Club was definitely a hit. One Essie, and this is Wetsuited Up. I bought a few from this collection, but I'm not sure what collection it came from, but it's a really nice pale pink with a strong blue shimmer. I've been really into these shimmery Essies this year. I think the flash was beautiful. It did kind of look kind of like a wetsuit, wet, slippery, like watery, icy. I really loved the finish, and it's definitely something more unique. I don't think I have anything like this in my collection, and for that reason we're throwing it in for our top for 2022. Wetsuited Up is Essie. The rest are indies. So I do have, in fact, 3 from Prism Polish. Really good, obviously a good strong year from Prism Polish. The first one that I wore in the year, which I think came out actually in 2021, is Magma. And this is when they were doing the blackened multi-chrome trend that a lot of brands were doing these types of polishes. And I really loved, obviously, the Prism Polish version, which was called Magma. I just thought it was a really great take on it. I didn't see, this is the only UK indie that I saw do this blackened multi-chrome, and it came out so well. I loved how it looked on my nails, and overall I just loved the pigment in general. So Magma is our first Prism Polish. May not be surprised to see this one. This is Welcome to Isla Nublar by Prism Polish. This was what I wore on my nails at PBE, Polish and Beauty Expo, in July. I wore this 2 or 3 times during the month of July. I love it. I love that it's the bright green with the bright yellow flash and then the red flakies. It's an unusual mixture. It looks exactly like what it's meant to be, which is the Jeep in Jurassic Park. So I love the inspo, love the finish, love the whole look, and it was just it was my summer vibe. I wore it on my nails a lot. So Welcome to Isla Nublar by Prism Polish is our second prism. And the last one from this brand is called Treasury. Again, I was obsessed over this. I made a nail polish reel on it. I shared my swatches. I talked about it a lot at the time, so I won't talk about it too much again now. But beautiful light purple base with enormous duochrome, like translucent ethereal flakies. The ones that kind of go all the pastel shades, but really, really large. Earth's Treasury is our final prism. I have one more UK indie, and this is called Float Me Away to the Milky Way by Live Oh Live. This came out in the Polish Con, maybe this one, 2021. Maybe, when we did a virtual event, and I didn't wear it obviously to 2022. Again, so many good layers to it. It's like a really nice light icy blue, and then we've got a flash in there, we've got flakies in there, and it just morphed together and made a super unique, super exciting and different finish. And this is actually my first Live Oh Live, and it's a really great first impression and made it into the top of 2022. So Float Me Away to the Milky Way is our last indie, and that was Live Oh Live Cosmetics. I have got one hair polish for the year, so I've been wearing and swatching a lot of hair polishes. If you're not aware, you've not seen my channel before, I do try and collect hair polishes where I can, which is an independent brand of nail polish that doesn't exist anymore. So one of my favourites from this year was Asteroid Turf. It's just a classic hair polish shade. It's a nice grass green, and then there is a ton of metallic fuchsia glitters in there. Quite a simple mixture just with the base and the metallic glitters, but green and fuchsia shouldn't really go together, but they go together so well, and I'm so glad I have this. It was worth like the searching and definitely worth the hype. I loved it. So Asteroid Turf by Hair Polish. Another one that I wore multiple times during the summer was called Dibs on the Corvette by Poetry Cowgirl Lacquer. I wore this when I was in America and then once or twice since I got back as well. Quite a simple mixture where it is this beautiful red base with a ton of holographic glitters in there, like ton. Almost too many, but not too many. I loved the base, I loved the holographicness. It applied so buttery smooth. I loved everything about this. Again, sometimes you don't need to go crazy. Sometimes throw everything in there, make something that's like groundbreaking and going to be completely new and unique. But sometimes holographic in a base colour works just fine. Stunning. Dibs on the Corvette by Poetry Cowgirl Lacquer. I mean, obviously we're going to have some rogue lacquers in here. So another one that I wore lots this year was Daughters of Triton. And this is another one that I wore once in America and once or twice since I came back as well. And it's based off of the Little Mermaid series that Rogue Lacquer did for Hella Handmade Creations. I love this. It's like crushed seashells in a light green base. They're like, flakes are just incredible. I don't know where Raechel from Rogue finds these, because this one and the next one, I've not seen anything like these anywhere other than Rogue. But yeah, it just looks like crushed seashells in that base, and I live. So that one there was Daughters of Triton by Rogue, and we have one more. Happiest Place on Earth is our other Rogue Lacquer, and I have a few from this collection and I feel like I'm going to love all of them, and you may see the other ones in 2023 favourites. There's just no words for this one. It's like a really pale green base, and then the flakes in here are green and black, tiny little ones, and then a super strong flash, and it builds up to be completely opaque, but you have the black and the green and the shimmer and the layers, and it's kind of jelly looking, and I don't know how she does it. I'm obsessed. This is from the Imagineering collection. I think they may still be on the website. Don't hold me to it. Happiest Place on Earth is our second rogue lacquer. I'm going to, of course, link all the indies down below. Probably not a lot of these are going to be still for sale, just because you know how it is. Indies are so limited edition and exclusive these days, but just because you can't find these ones doesn't mean you can't find other beauties, so I'm going to link them all down there. A polish pickup one next, and this was one of my only Pahlish that I wore this year, and it's Airbender. Super shimmery, oil slick, flaky, flash. Are you sensing a theme here of what I like? I love this one. It's so beautiful. I can't even describe it really. Hopefully the bottle shot and the close-up we're going to show you. But yeah, like a green to blue, silvery, grey, wonderful, beautiful stunner. Airbender by Pahlish. Something else that is super unique is called Mew Mew What's a Mew Mew, and this is my only swamp gloss. This is part of the VIP bag from PBE, and it's just, again, like nothing I've ever seen. It's a multi-chrome base, and then there is matte light blue glitters in there, which is already unusual and weird enough, and it's also magnetic, and it's one of the only times I've actually managed to get magnetic nails to work and be able to show them decently in a swatch. So winning for me, and just one of a kind. Mew Mew, What's a Mew Mew? Swamp Gloss. The next two are ones that I did show in my December favourites, so we'll go over these very quickly. So we have Chili the Shenanigans, or the Shenanigans, I'm not sure, by Great Lakes Lacquer. I could have shown 3 or 4 Great Lakes Lacquers, to be honest, all ones that I got from PBE, but this is one of my favourite mixtures. The blue and the red flash, or like the purple and the red flash, is just one of my favourite combinations. Again, I probably have others that are like this, but it just stuck out to me, and I would wear this again in an instant. So Chili, or The Shenanigans by Great Lakes Lacquer. And I did wear Moonstone in December by Danny Vienna, and this is making it into top favourites as well. White, off-white base with really strong blue-purple flash. It just looked so dainty and unusual and eye-catching, and sometimes I rate these off of what my colleagues at work say. They know I'm always wearing unusual nail polish. They don't know that I do any of this, but they're always, sometimes they're like, oh, what are you wearing, or what's that? And this is one of the ones that got a lot of comments, and most of the time they won't say anything, or they'll kind of maybe say, oh, what colour have you got on today? But this is one of the ones that people were like, whoa, what is that? What is that? And where can I get it? And I say it's an independent brand, so you can't buy it in a shop, but yeah, I love Moonstone by Danny Vienna. 2 left. One is from Pampered Polishes. So I did do a collection with Pampered Polishes this year, and I haven't chosen any of those ones as my favourite because I feel like that's cheating. But obviously I loved my entire Tarzan collaboration with Pampered Polishes, and if I had to pick my favourite from their collection, I'd probably say the Son of Man. So that is my honourable mention. Out of the collection that I was involved in the designing, I liked my own polish, Son of Man, the most. And this one that I'm going to show you next is what Son of Man was based off of. So this is I Like Warm's Hugs, and this came out in her Frozen collection, and this is the purple version of Son of Man. And that's when I saw this and Timberland said, do you want to do a collection? I was like, Tarzan, green version of I Like Warm Hugs. I knew instantly. It's just a dark purple base with a ton of white glitters in there, but the base is just perfection, where you can see the white glitters so beautifully through the dark base. They glow out, they stand out, and it remains squishy but opaque but see-through. I don't know how she does it. I love this one. I Like Warm Hugs, which is our Olaf polish from Pampered Polishes. I've literally done these in no particular order, but I finished up with the 2 Disney polishes. So this one is called Trash, and this is by Red Eyed Lacquer, and this is part of her Toy Story themed Hella Handmade Creation series. Just a beautiful white Corelli. This is the only white Corelli that I've shown you this year. Normally white Corellis would have featured like every other polish, but I have been tame. Obviously my taste has changed slightly into the shimmers this year, but my heart still lives with the white base Corellis. So Trash is white base Corelli with blue, red and black tiny micro fine shredded flakes. It's meant to look like Forky from Toy Story 4, and I really like red-eyed lacquer. I've maybe got 3 or 4 of them. I picked more up from PBE that I need to wear, and it's a brand that I've really enjoyed, and I've enjoyed growing my collection. So that is our last one, Trash Red-Eyed Lacquer. That is everything that was my favourites in 2022. To be honest, I could have picked loads, and I thought about it the other day actually, considering I normally wear a different nail polish each day, and I think I've posted a swatch almost every day in 2022. That means I've worn like 350 polishes, 360 polishes in this year. So to narrow it down to 20, although it seems like 20 is a lot, it's actually quite a feat to have narrowed it down that far. As I said at the start, I am doing this in collaboration with some wonderful women, and their videos are already up, so you may have seen them and wondering where mine was late, or if you haven't seen any of them, please go there and watch them. Their videos went up on the 31st. I did December favourites first because I have a thing. I don't like forgetting December favourites and going straight to year favourites. So thank you for waiting. Thank you for enjoying this video. Let me know what some of your 2022 favourites were, and I will see you all soon. Bye.